What's up, everybody?
What is the fuck?
Welcome back to another episode of
We
Creature
are
of the
here.
Night. Oh my god, Creature of the Night. Obviously, we are them dudes. Oh my god, what is happening?
Fucking
we are them dudes.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
I'm back.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, this guy keeps getting sick. I don't know what's going on. So, guys.
I'm talking about the fucking Raccoon City, bro.
Oh, well.
I played this game when it was PS2, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and probably PS5 next.
When it comes out. Because they are going to bring VR for Resident Evil 4.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm waiting for.
PS5.
Christmas gifts warning.
Christmas gift warning, just saying.
PS4, Resident Evil 4 was my fucking all-time favorite, next to Resident Evil 2. If we're going to talk about this movie, we're going to talk about the games and the whole history about it that will make it what it is today. This story is still
relevant.
It's still relevant. Talking about the 7 movies they made with Jogova, whatever her name was.
It
was a good one, her story, but
the first one, maybe.
the first maybe 2.
Raccoon City was alright. Nemesis was dope getting introduced to, but other than that, I could have done without it,
bro.
Like after Nemesis, I didn't really care for that movie.
But now we're
back
to reality.
What is it?
To Raccoon City.
Welcome to
Raccoon City.
25 years and my life is still.
We have to contain this.
Trying to get up that great big hill of hope.
Shall we go?
Let me say this. I'm not happy with a lot of movies that are video game to movies. There is so many hours of gaming that goes into a game. Yeah, I reviewed it. I tore that movie apart too, but I like some of it because they had rock. So somebody thought from the past, seeing those kind of movies, let's take all these hours of gaming and cram it into 2 hours of film. But they thought they got the bright idea of combining not 1 but 2 video games together into an hour and a half long.
Well, I want to add that, and they also added if y'all know who I want to talk about, Code Veronica. That was the Claire Redfield's game, a solo game on her own. It was called Resident Evil Code Veronica, and they even threw that motherfucker in there because if you notice the guy, the little whatever the fucking face thing was in this orphanage. So this thing was in this orphanage all this time with Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield. Come on.
Yeah. So
what the fuck?
With that and the whole weird orphanage thing at the beginning, I could have done without that. And then it just cuts to Claire eating.
She looked cool though. She looked good though. The little monster looked cool.
Yeah. And she's what? She's next to a guy in a cab or something like that, and he's eating a cheeseburger. Like.
Yeah. Okay. It like he said, it was just 2 video games that made this franchise what it is. Mm-hmm. And like I said, they're doing the Code Veronica. So there was a lot of nostalgia for me coming back. I saw rooms and corners that I turned in as I was playing this video game. I was like, oh shit, I know what this is. I know where I'm at. And even in the beginning where they were in the cab, like I said, the 18-wheeler,
yeah,
with the guy and Claire's in there. Matter of fact, she comes in with the motorcycle. The guy was just it wrecked, and then that's what separated them because it was First Aid Leon.
Yeah.
Leon S. Kennedy.
Okay,
thank you.
Before we get into that whole thing,
fuck you, man.
They kept him a rookie cop,
bro.
But he was a dumb rookie cop. He didn't know how to use a shotgun.
Who the fuck was this guy they picked?
They didn't.
Okay.
He was like joking. His one-liners were hilarious. Like Leon is known for their one-liners. His little banter that he does. But the guy they picked. He was of color. I just want to point that out.
It doesn't matter, not even that. I get it. They were concentrating on the Redfields. I get it. Like it was, like I said, they were throwing first one. You had the Stars team. You had them all in that. You had Chris. You had fucking you had Jill Valentine.
Yeah.
You had our guy with the glasses. Whistler, which we have mixed opinions about that Whistler guy, but I think he can evolve into what we know as Whistler. We know.
The badass Whistler that I'm pretty sure he's infected with something, but we don't know what he's infected with.
Exactly, but we gotta go back to bitch ass Leon. Because even though Leon Kennedy was a freaking Leon S. Kennedy, we still don't know what the S means.
Super.
Okay, that's what it means. But anyways, even though he was a rookie cop in the second Resident Evil, he was still he was still gun ho. He was still he thought on his feet, man. He was on his point. He made it out of Raccoon City. The few people that made it out of this damn city after the government decided to turn its back on it and destroy it and dump bomb on it.
Exactly.
Did a fucking a breakout or outbreak.
I don't know what they did. Like
they did this shit to the city.
They did. They messed them up. Even in like the original Resident Evil games. Like
I'm mad.
Like he was okay, I guess, a little scruffy. But
well, you know how many hours I put in headshots,
but
turning corners.
This one completely killed. It killed Leon for me.
Yeah, bro.
And again, like playing the game and mainly watching him play the game, it was like we fell in love with Leon, and he was amazing. I swear, he's infected with something too, because he can't be that great. And not like suffer damage.
And they even mentioned it, like, why is everybody getting sick from the water? Why is everybody getting sick? Because something happened and it was like weeks already, and no one knows. Does this sound familiar to anybody? This has been weeks and the government didn't say anything. There's something out in the fucking water. There's something we're breathing. Does this sound familiar, people? Anyways, I'm gonna get hunted down. Anyways, the cops and the agents, the star agents, none of them were getting sick. So they were like, "What's going on?" Sure enough. They were injected with something, but we don't know that yet. And it was.
They wanted to make the stars all that they could be. I just wanted to fly.
And so Whistler's getting some information from this source that it's just like in a video game. He has to go find a scientist that's created this virus and the vaccine. And there's different viruses. We know about the T virus. We know about the G virus, not the gangster, not those two dogs virus, not that.
There's a bunch.
Not that fool.
There's a bunch of viruses, bro.
But anyways, he sends him. Oh, dude. And I even forgot fucking the strike team that Umbrella brings. And Umbrella is this corporation that is actually like pharma. It's like our medicine. It's what we believe in. Like, oh, it's gonna help us. And it ends up being the enemy that we don't know. It's the shroud over the whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's a bunch of that's why I'm letting
you understand. Years.
He's a more hardcore Resident Evil fan than I am. I love Resident Evil mainly just because of Leon. So after watching it and seeing what they did to him, I was already out. But again, it was weird. Like even when the zombies started showing up in the mansion, like it wasn't satisfying. It like like it's. I hate to be one of those people where you compare it to its original source because it is somebody else's vision and they're changing it. But they changed so much to where I really didn't recognize, besides the fact that you slapped the title on it. Like it was something totally different. Yeah. And I think it's a movie that y'all need to leave alone. I don't think we need to do any more live action. Because versions of it.
The animations are fucking amazing.
The animations are killing it.
And there's one on Netflix. And it's actually continued with Leon's story.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling you. Like, why we built up this character to already 2 games. He's in Resident Evil 2. I want you to put it up there. Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 6. And he's on these whole franchise of these animes. And plus this show on Netflix. Yeah. On Netflix, people. So why you want to turn this... I believe I agree with Toxin here. Let's leave it alone. But if you're gonna continue bringing this story out here, these characters, the ones we love, how are you gonna just? It didn't do it for me, man. It didn't do it for me. He was a punk.
And even in like him being a rookie in the original Raccoon City game, he was a badass in the game. Like he was a rookie. A lot of people underestimated him, but like he showed out. And again, he was one of the few ones that made it. So I don't know what this was. I'm surprised that he made it out.
Yeah, and I like the little when Whistler had the little map that he had, and it was kind of like back in the day because it was based on 1998. That's what it was, a period piece. If you want to be fancy with them.
It was.
But he sees a little map, and it was just exactly like the map that we saw, and it actually started just like the Resident Evil. I think the second one, it had the little on the screen. And it's like, designated whatever was happening. And then there was just a lot of shots that I saw when I was playing the game over all these number of years. Whatever. I was in it, man. I was in it in the beginning. And then at the end, towards the end, it just started, it wasted at me. When you get the G, you end up getting the G virus. And I started talking about the hit squad with Hank. Remember Hank?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We were playing on Resident Evil 4. I can't remember that little side mission that you gotta play, and he's like
just survive it basically. But he's
snap
dope.
the neck, you know, snap the necks.
He's
I
dope.
mean, they show a little part. I think it's him. Like they show a view of this hit squad that was him. But anyways, the doctor injects himself with the G virus. He turns, and when the way you turn the G virus, you're completely out. You're not in zombies. You're one thing. Maybe you remember something, but this guy, that's it. As soon as you turn into this monster, that's it. You're that monster. You're no more. Maybe you get a hint, like a little, maybe a time, a piece of like, oh,
Yeah.
you remember something.
Yeah.
But he was talking. That's what pissed me off. He had the eye, and everything was there.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
like, "Where are you, Claire?"
He started talking.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude.
But one thing was good, that it was sticking to its roots. When as soon as you kill it, it comes back.
It comes back in a
It comes
different
back
form.
in different form, but deadlier and meaner and crazier, and it just keeps doing that every time you kill it and kill it and kill it. You just gotta find a way to expose that.
I think even in the game, because I forget which
You gotta
movie it was that they did show the G virus, and he was in his final
It
stage.
just kept
Yeah, they had to burn him. Like
Yeah.
that's the only way. Like they had to incinerate him.
I
And
fought
that's
this.
how
I
they-
fought the G virus already.
I hated that mission. I hated the G virus. Like introduced. I hated it.
But he started talking. This is bullshit.
Yeah, again, they were just changing things from childhood for him. Childhood, you know, him showing me
Where are
this,
you, Claire?
showing me this when I spent the night at his house, even though he wasn't supposed to show me.
Bro, Resident Evil.
So sorry, mom, if you're finding this out. But
Hey.
yeah, but it, but it was. Other than that, like the little things hinting at the game, that was dope. That was nostalgia. But I think this is a franchise you need to leave alone. The games are even kind of getting out there with the different viruses too.
Yeah.
They're hit and miss
Every
just
year.
depending.
Yeah, every year I play Resident Evil 4 because it's so good.
They,
Every year I play it.
and Resident Evil 4 got so many awards. That's why they keep revamping
They
it. It keeps getting remastered for every
console, bro.
I'm an Xbox fan. He's he's a PlayStation fan. I would buy a PlayStation just for that game alone.
And borrow mine, bro.
This,
But and no one was spot on besides Chris Redfield and Claire Redfield.
Yeah.
And possibly I say Whistler because you know he just had that look.
I like Whistler. He was
but-
my favorite, one of my favorite. But he was more frat boy.
He was frat boy
like
in this
that
one.
couldn't leave the life behind. That's what he came off to me.
He did, yeah.
And I remember being scared of Whistler. Like,
Whistler, yeah.
he was scary.
He was someone to fear in the game.
Yeah, he was something. There was something behind the shades that you didn't know what, and that's what made it scary to me.
And then
so,
even Ada Wong at the end, man. You don't even. I didn't
believe.
But
it
you
was
just
there.
can't put a chin. I'm sorry. An Asian
of Asian descent.
the Asian descent because you already know Ada Wong. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't just put one in there and just say this is Ada Wong. There's a look to it, and and they tried it, but
They tried it.
It wasn't successful.
They tried a lot and they hit them. They missed a lot.
They
of
missed a
things.
lot.
But guys,
But stick the Redfields. Like they
if
should
you
be on the
continue
next
with the Redfields, I think it would be okay. Redo Leon, Ada Wong, and for me, probably not for him, but for me, redo Whistler as well.
Whistler, yeah.
And then maybe you got something. But guys, I don't know. I guess I do like it's like one up, one down, just because of nostalgia.
I do this because it's Resident Evil, and I'm gonna stick to my guns. I love it. That
For
franchise.
the hidden things throughout it. But other than that, I don't know.
And this one,
Yeah.
there was a piece of shit Leon. I'll say it.
That Leon sucked.
He
I don't
sucked.
accept
He
that
was a
Leon.
bitch,
Dude.
bro.
They
He was a bitch,
need
bro.
to redo that for sure. But I'm Toxin.
This is random here,
Stay rebellious, guys.
and watch out for those corners. There might be zombies back there.
Do that. Do the random. This.